back again, and now the cylinders and everything is all prepared, but no crap goes down them. And now we're going to paint this brake cleaner on and see if it removes this gasket. That's the one thing that's holding me up at the moment. I've just started to get the engine back together, but not until I've cleaned all this crap off. So that's the next job. So start painting it on, I suppose. Right, so first of all I'm going to pour some of this in to a little beaker that I've got. That's a bit easier to manage. I'll paint it on with a brush and see how we go. I'm going to start by painting this on. I know I might be right in front of the camera, sorry about this. Don't even seem to be staying on it, that won't do anything. Interesting. Well, we're in part 2 now. I'm actually trying to get the cylinder head gasket off of this damn cylinder block, which has proved to be absolutely unbelievable. What with the rain coming down every 2 minutes and having to be really careful that I don't scratch it. I mean, obviously I will go over with fine wet and dry. It is a painstaking thing. I've tried everything with it, acetone, and it just is not. Well, it is, but it's just taking forever, to be honest. And knowing how important it is that I don't scratch this, it really is. That's the only thing I would say about trying to do an engine in situ. A lot of people say, well, why don't you take the engine out? Well, to be honest with you, that's even more work. And I'm taking my time. I just want to get it right, you know what I mean? It's coming off, but it's just taking its time. If you ever have to do this, just to work properly, you do have to take your time. No good rushing it, can't grind it, can't do anything like that. There's the slightest deviation and you're messed up, man. This thing will leak like a sieve. Aluminium heads and blocks are well known for it. See, the first time I was really lucky, well, if you can call that lucky, a brand new engine leaking water. The first time I was lucky as far as the cylinder head gasket they had on there, because it was a brand new engine, came off in one piece. All I had to do was just rub it over slightly, not even that, and change the head gasket, and that was it. It just blew the head gasket and that was that. But this gasket's been on here for more than, well, 20 years, so you just don't want to come off. I've tried everything. WD-40. I've soaked it and soaked it and soaked it until I'm blue in the face. It is getting there. It's this front bit that's being a pain in the arse, because the gasket was on here solid, absolutely the full gasket. I've had to do it bit by bit. As I say, the rain is not helping. Every time I get out here, it's like, quick, it's out there, let's rain as soon as possible. Okay, right, bought some paint stripper, because I've told paint stripper will do it. But there again, I've been told a lot of things. So, got a nice little brush, hopefully. Just going to do it. I'm going to paint these bits, really stubborn bits are right in the corner there. I really don't like using tools on it, because just asking for trouble. Okay, right, I'm back. Well, after many hours of cleaning and in the end using paint stripper, which seemed to do the job. Still took a bit of getting removed, but it was fine. So yeah, finally got it nice and clean. So as you see, number 4 piston is in, which you saw. Now I've cleaned all the threads on the top there. I've got some threads that actually came out. Instead of the nut undoing, the whole thing came out because they were corroded. So yeah, I'm going to work on them next. And so then I'll be back. Okay, right, now I've offered the head gasket up to the base of the engine, and I've found there's about, what was it, 1, 2, there's 3, 4 holes, 5 holes which were catching on the threads on the way down. And obviously I don't want to bend the gasket, so I've just folded them out gently a little bit. So you mustn't bend the gasket, worst thing you could do. Okay, and this is the way around it goes, with a little V at the front. So that's your, where your push rods come up. And so yeah, shouldn't have any problems. At the moment I've got all the nuts and bolts soaking. A few of these came out because the nuts were frozen on. I couldn't get the nuts off, so I'm going to get nuts off first, then put these back in. So so that's got to be done. Blow out with the air gun. I've already blown out from the top, so I blew all the oil ducts out to make sure they're all clear. So don't have any oil problems. So yeah, things are moving along now. Got some quite nice weather and things are moving along nicely, so I should be back shortly. Okay, back again. Right, now I've got all the threads back in, because there's some that came out because the nuts were jammed on the threads themselves. I've been over all the threads to make sure all the nuts screw down finger tight, because that's the first sequence of tightening down, is get them all down finger tight. Then you have to go around doing £5, £10, £15, £20 and final £25. So I've got the order sorted out. what I shall do is I'm going to give it a final clean round there with white spirit, and make sure every little bit of crud is off of it. Then put some gasket sealant on, some red hematite, and then put the gasket on, and then put red gasket on, red hematite on top of that, and then the head finally goes on top of that, and it's all screwed down hand tight. Before I do that, I'm double checking everything. I've still got to wash the inside the bottom of the engine yet, which I'm going to do. But I'll be honest with you, I want to get the head on first, and then it's protected and it's all done there as far as that's concerned, and it'll give it a chance to nestle in a bit before I finally start it. So yeah, so that's the next plan anyway. So be back in shortly. Right. So I've got my head gasket just sitting there at the moment. A few here, it's about, that one's there, that's good. That one's catching a little bit. That one there is catching especially. I'm going to mark that. Tip take a bit off there. That one there is grabbing a little bit. Otherwise I think it will go down quite smoothly. I can't afford for it to chafe on anything, so I don't want to bend it, because then the head's got to go straight on after I've got the old hematite on there. Okay, right, the new head gasket is on. Now put a little bit more red, and then the head itself. So here we go. Okay, seeing the head going on. It's a bit tight, but we'll get there, I think, hopefully, with no problems. So can find out. One moment, please. Right, please. Going down here, Jenna. Just me circling around the car every 2 seconds. we must see. I want to get this down before it gets the skin on top of it. Yep, practically there. That's it. She's down. She's down. That's it. Right, okay. Get this nuts and bolts on now. I've cleaned all the threads, so in theory this should all run smoothly. Actual top of the head, but probably going to cover them a little bit, and I've thought of that. Should have moved them out of the way a bit more, shouldn't I? Come on. Never mind. These things are sent to trial, and that they do. Right, I've just got the rockers in place now. Make sure the push rods, make sure the rockers are engaged in the cups at the top. Okay. Now it's going to be sitting proud because obviously the spring is sitting it up. It won't start to go down till you tighten it down. Bear with me one moment. No, I have to stop this. I have to stop filming. Shit. Rain, rain, rain again now. What? Ah, bloody hell. Really? Fuck. Ah, shit. Ah, it's absolutely chucking it. Right, let's get the rockers back on again. Again, this is all going to have to re-tighten it once you've done a 400 mile running in. Set this up to 15. I just refitted the thermostat and get all these little jobs done. It had a little bit of corrosion on it, but I managed to clean it all off. Well, majority, yeah, almost all of it. I've put a brand new gasket on there. I've also taken the housing back a bit because I always found that, I don't know, I tell you, the guy who designed this engine, yeah, it's a great engine, but he made everything unnecessarily tight. Because, like, for instance, the where the gasket goes for the top of the rocker colour, it's really tight up against the thermostat housing. So I've relieved the thermostat housing a little bit more, just give it a bit of a head start sort of thing, because it's absolutely ridiculous how tight that is. Just no need for it. I mean, he could have shortened the hose a little bit and given it a little bit more this way. Well, there you go. Too bloody late now. Gone now, mate, gone. All gone. Yeah, a few things I would have modified on it, definitely. But next thing will be setting up the valves. Now, apparently there was an easy way and there was a hard way. So I'm going to do the easy way, which apparently is just basically get the piston up onto the power stroke, or compression stroke if you like, so that both valves are shut at the same time, and then just set the gaps on both. Then do the next one and the next one and so forth. So that's the way I'm going to do that. The other way is unnecessarily complicated, isn't it? Well, you know, unnecessarily, not complicated, but why, you know, do it an easy way, why do it the other way? It's crazy. But anyway, so far we're up to heads on, all torqued down, rockers are on, all torqued down. Now I've got to set the valves up, the exhaust manifold and the carb manifold have got to go on, which I should do in the morning. I'm not going to do that now, I've had enough, to be honest. Yeah, so that's about it for the moment. So I'm just going to adjust these valves now, just bear with me one moment. Right, so number one is on compression stroke. Both valves are loose. And I'm now going to get a spanner to adjust them with. One moment. Okay. Undo the lock nuts first. I happen to know that one of these, what's it, I can't find my feeder gauges anyway. I know for a fact these are 5 thou. They say 6 thou in the book. So you just hold it and tighten it. Hold the screwdriver tight, tighten it down, and it should tighten out. Yep, that's just a drag fit. There you go. See, that seemed quite a lot to me. It's definitely 5 thou. And yet in the book it says 6 thou. There's even more. Okay. If you can see that. 5 thou. Yet in the book they say 6 thou. To me, that's a hell of a lot of movement. Let me check, I'm going to check because I'm not sure about that. Okay, I've just checked the manual, or online manual, and it says they're meant to be set as 6 thou. Well, I'm going to set them at 5, because to me, that seems quite a bit of movement. It's a hell of a distance. So, what you do, this is the easy way of setting them up. You pull up number 1 on the compression stroke with both valves closed, and you set inlet and outlet at the same time. Okay, so in other words, it has to be at TDC, in other words top dead center, and inlet and outlet are both set up at the same time. Alright, so put your feeder gauge in. Well, in my case. Right, now you want it so it's draggable. You don't want it forcing the valves open, okay? And then just tighten the lock nut up. Hold it steady and make sure it's tight. You don't want it coming undone when you're pelting down the motorway. Otherwise you'll get a big surprise and you won't like it. Yeah, it's just drag it. It's literally just drag it. where it's meant to be set at.
So,
there you go. Who am I to argue with the pros? Tappets are all done, and now the rocker cover is on, as you can see. It's about me done for the day, I think. Been working on this since first thing this morning. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to wash the bottom section out, get rid of any crap, get the bits and bobs out of the bottom of the sump bowl, and clean all the gasket down on that, because it wasn't done up. The nuts were loose. It was unbelievable. So we're sorting that out, and just check the pump, make sure that there's no debris there. There isn't. I did have a look to see if there was any debris. There was nothing there, but we'll have another look in the morning, make sure there isn't anything there. So just leave everything to settle in now for the night, and then it is the exhaust manifold and carburetor manifold tomorrow as well. We should get her up and running tomorrow, sometime tomorrow. Alright, but for now, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you've liked this video and you found it interesting, please give a like, give a thumbs up, because YouTube like that, so the sooner you can do that the better. And in part number 3 you will see hopefully her running again. So till then, goodbye.